What's up, my derps? It's your boy Gregolis. Hey, that's me, and welcome back to another High Songs of Coatunn, the world building, map making, lore speaking stream that we started a few weeks ago here on the Derpwood. This is another episode of me just pouring out things from my mind into the lovely space well, in this case we're doing map making, so today it'll be Photoshop, and other days it's in the spreadsheets of love that we make, and we write the lore, and we chat, and we come up with names. And I've had a lot of coffee this morning, so I am very hyper. I'm very excited to get going into this today. I hope everybody is having an awesome week. This is that midweek lunchtime hang out, chill, chat. Hit me up in the Twitch chat here. And honestly, I just want to get to work. Let's just get to work here, folks. Watch this. Oh, and if you remember, this was the map of Obrun, also known as Nortuna in the old tongue. Quick recap on what Coatunn is. It is my sort of tropic Nordic, my Caribbean indigenous meets Viking meets Tolkien dwarves world that we're just building because it's been on my mind for many years. Maybe one day we'll set this up and we'll play some D&D, or we'll play some other system in this world. But for now, it's just a matter of sitting down and actually putting these thoughts to paper, or in this case, digitally doing everything digital. Because I'm a digital guy, I'm a digital girl living in a digital world. You know what I'm saying? Well, I realized something when I opened the file today that I wanted to, last week we were working on Port Obsidian here, the major city drawing, and I realized I put some huts down here that I also should have huts on the other side. So I'll duplicate these and I'll move them over. How about this? Okay, let's move them around a bit. Oh, I like that one. Whereas we can, I was thinking, thought I smelled rubber burning, as my mom would say, that we could thicken this up. Like the lines over here on the fortress are pretty thick. In the city lines, they don't seem as thick or as balanced. So maybe we could do something with that. And once again, folks, if I should probably start reposting these to the YouTubes. The YouTube is youtube.com/@thederpwood. You can rewatch stuff here on the channel. And yeah, I was worried about my commitment level to this. I haven't streamed in a long time, and was honestly just nervous about the whole thing. Still have some PTSD with kind of the way stuff was left previously, and wasn't sure that this was for me, but I have been enjoying this. I'm moving at my own pace, and hopefully, like, something comes of it, maybe one day. Otherwise, I'm just kind of doing this for me. So what I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to thicken up some of the lines. We'll call this thick lines. Oh, did you move? I think you did. Let me just add on top. I got brush 6. I don't know how I'm going to make this like thicker. Why did that not do anything? Oh, because I was working on other stuff. Yeah, so in my regular day-to-day stuff, I do a lot of design work, hence the name, Gregolis Designs. I'm a graphic designer. So I am always in Photoshop and Premiere and Illustrator and all the stuffs. Let me thicken this. We're just kind of darkening stuff up here a bit. Went over the line there. Makes it feel thicker and kind of matching the other. Thing. Also, if you haven't, we started on Sunday. I've started an actual play, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play with a bunch of really awesome people. We are yeah, I've never played Vampire the Masquerade before, so I'm learning as we go. If anybody else has never played that system, it's a great educational stream. Our DM, or actually, it's not even called a DM in that. Where our storyteller is DM Noctum, uh, who is on his own journey to become a professional DM, and he does a great job of educating us along the path, along the way. Um, I'm playing this fun character. His name's Grant Smalls, and he is not small. He's about 6'5". He's a big burly biker dude who has been recently turned um, into what they call kindred in that system, but like a vampire. I don't like that. And we had our first stream on Sunday, and it was freaking incredible. We had a lot of support, and a lot of people show up, and it was really a ton of fun. And I feel really enthusiastic about it. And have a couple other cast members there. One is Deathadil. She is also a streamer, intermittent streamer. She's a cosplayer. She is also a very tech forward individual. So she's been helping out a lot. She's on our Discord as well, helping out there. I guess I could put the Discord link in the chat. Wherever you're seeing this, there is a link somewhere. You'll find it. I have faith. There. How's that? Does that look relatively better? Yeah, that starts to look thicker, right? Feels like it's sitting better. So we've talked a lot about the city and how it's kind of defended. I think what we'll do is we'll do the two bridges, the southern bridges. I think to keep this defensible, right, they would put sort of a bridge here and a bridge here, big statues. And then this is all like easy traveling port water. I need to put the docks in here. This would all be the docks. You know, what do docks look like? But you get the idea. And then that way, like sailors coming in, you know, you would have you come in off the ocean over here or over here, and it would start to slow down. And then you have this really highly defensible land points, and there would be another one up here for both sides. I'm not sure that's how it would be used very much. I also should note that I brought my rivers back into the image. I'm probably going to have to align them differently, but you get the idea. Okay. Okay, what's a bridge look like? It looks, I want it to be like some kind of epic bridge, but I think we'd start with the, what are they called? Trellises? Trevises? I don't know. I am no architect. But the bridges would be massive in scale. Like the ships, any ships would be able to go under it, no problem. I don't know. I think I need to do, I think this line needs to be thinner. Okay, so let me do the outer line there. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and then we'll do the thinner kind of bridge edge, right? And do the thinner bridge edge on that side. And then we can just sort of draw some stuff in here that looks bridgy. I don't think my perspective is totally correct here. We get the idea. That's a bridge coming along. And then because I want the bridges to go into some very large like towers. You know what I mean? It's so funny, you know, I have been dying to get back to this. I didn't think I would be all that excited, but I don't know. I caught the bug. I'm feeling the flow now. Starting to feel. Oh shoot! Don't do that. Okay, so you see that what I've done there is now. Oops. I gotta get rid of these edges. Pretty good. Starting to feel excited. I'm starting to feel this world coming together. I'm feeling like it's. I'm thinking about it in my off time. Sorry, my brain just stopped there. This doesn't match on both sides. Does it matter that much? Yeah, it does kind of to me. That's all right. We'll do that. Dun, 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 boom, ba, ba. Boom, ba, ba. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, maybe go like this. Whoops. I think that's right. Let's kind of square this off for now. Should that be squared off? I need some inspiration. You know what? That's what I'm going to do on my off time is kind of define what I'm going to do. Find some inspiration and things. Okay, so I should have taken all of these up further. Whoops. Nah, I messed that line up. All right, let's see how this goes. I think you get the gist there. Then we're gonna have to we'll call these like the twin bridges or something, because I'm gonna have that bridge be the same up there on this side. It's gonna be the same. So inside the bridge, I wonder, go like this, we'll go like this, and we know where the top is. That's pretty good. Yeah, I need to find some inspiration. Oh, okay. Okay. You see that? Looking for like how the tops of these things might look. Tops of the towers. So that's interesting. I don't really like some of this. What if I should be showing this across? It's showing you what I'm looking at. Okay. Maybe that makes more sense. So, like, I was thinking some dwarven style architecture. You get these. I think that's kind of smart. And the Viking stuff, it's pretty plain. It's all made of wood, so this doesn't really fit because I want them to be focused on the stone. Oh, I do like something that's going on there. That's Conan. Interesting. What else? What else? What else? See the big, okay, over here you see the big statues and things. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. I love that look. I love that feel. Let's see what we can find in terms of like Caribbean indigenous styles. That's a cool looking fort over here. Look at that thing. That's dwarven if I've ever seen it. But these are more modern, and I wanted, like, what did indigenous? They would be more huts, like this. Okay. Yeah, I think I ended last week saying that I was going to spend more time looking for inspiration and doing this on my own time, and I did not do that. How dare I? But this is pretty cool. This gives me some really good ideas. Mixed in some ideas here. Yeah. I don't know. If I just go off the top. Oh, what's up, Trip and Crit? Trip and Crit says, looking at your shirt and the image in the corner, are you indigenous? I am not indigenous, but my family is. My children are, by way of their mother. So she is Ojibwe up here in Ontario. Yeah. But I also, so I'm very connected to the Caribbean. I've been invested in, thank you. You said that's pretty cool. Caribbean culture. I sing, produce, and do the music. I've been involved for 20 years. So it's like an amalgamation of all the little worlds that I've been actively involved in coming together while I work on this. And I should show you. This is just a world that started in my head based on a character I created for a D&D campaign many years ago. And I've just decided that for poops and giggles, I'm going to come out here and just try to put it out there, put it on paper, get it down. I've always, it's been in my mind. I've written short stories. I've done all the really long backstory stuff. And now I thought maybe we just expand it into this much bigger world. And right now I'm trying to come up with some inspiration for this dwarven tower bridge thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the statue. I want these, in Lord of the Rings, I can't remember the name of where they went. I think, was it where the humans were? Not where the elves were, but they were the giant statues as they go through they're on the water. They take their boats through, and there's these giant statues. That's what I'm envisioning for this giant, huge bridge. These crazy, oversized statues, like monolithic style. I think that's so cool. So I'm just gonna draw. Let me see here. Let me do the helmet. Trip and Crit says, I think that's really important, getting those ideas out instead of letting them die in our brain and never knowing how it could turn out. Exactly. And other people that I've pitched this world idea to, they've always said, that is so cool and unique that we should get it out. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm just here to chat with the people. Okay. Oops. Don't like how not straight that is. So I'll do his little beard. That's his helmet. We'll put like a line in the middle. Also, Trip, you were here on Sunday for our actual play, correct? For the Vampire the Masquerade. You will be happy to know I've done some major updating to the stream overlay and whatnot. There's some really cool effects and stuff we have coming in. I'm excited about that. So we'll put like hand and hand. Crossed over. we'll do like a bottom of an axe. Oh, I don't like that. I want it to go not too far. Oh, what the heck? So when I'm drawing here, if I hold shift, it should draw me a straight line, which makes my life easy. Oh, Trip says, yes, it was a great experience. I can't wait to see it next time. I thought it was already really well done. Thank you so much. Yes, I do remember you complimenting. And I think kind of the mantra of the group is progress, not perfection. We're going to keep getting better and better as we go. That's the fun part. There we go. I'm not the greatest drawer in the world, but I get by. I'm making this look like arms here. I think you get the idea that this is like some kind of statue, right? We zoom out. You can't even see it anyway. But it's worth the time. Oh, come on. Get back there. I think we'll duplicate that. And, oh, I like how dark it got there when I duplicated it. We'll put big statue here. And you get the idea. See, like even that doorway there, that's off, but whatever. Forget about it. We'll just put some stuff here. It makes it look fancy. Okay, I need to scale up the door. Now, I had looked up some stuff to find inspiration for how to top these towers. But I don't like, let me show you. I don't like the round tops that are done here. That is very Tolkien-esque. But I also don't mind this as like a Viking style. But I don't like it being wood. I want it to be stone. Maybe we just do... No, I feel like it would be iconic. Actually, there's some interesting things here. With the little tails out the end. Maybe that's what we do. That's the iconic look we're looking for. So do we go like this? Okay, hold on. I got to do some erasing here. Do we go this way with it? I'm just going to rough that in. Or do we go this way with it? I think I like the first way, yeah? Oops. Oh, I've got that angle wrong. And then we add in like the flare this way. That's kind of cool. I think that works. It doesn't even really matter. Like at this point, I'm not drawing the actual city. I'm not figuring out what the aesthetic is. I am just kind of laying out the map, and these can change over time. This is nowhere near as epic as I would expect it to be, but we'll come back in at some point and do like really start to deep dive each one of the main buildings and spend time getting to know this place. It's kind of cool. Give these a better edge here. That feels pretty cool. You get the idea. Not bad, not bad. Maybe I should start labeling too. That way the people watching can see what's going on. Port of Obsidian. Let's see. That is way too small for people to see. Triple Crit says, just getting the thoughts out is the start. You can always modify or improve at any point later. Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's the kind of stuff I need to hear because I get in my head way too much about this and get worried that, it's not perfect the first time around. Again, progress, not perfection. Speaking of, I don't like this font, but whatever. The volcano's name is Sidafel. And that is because in the world, like the dwarves here, they mine obsidian out of the volcano, and they're very kind of on the nose with their naming. Fel is Norse for mountain, I believe, and Sida is kind of like a nod towards obsidian. I haven't named the fortress yet. I'm gonna put, and maybe that's something we gotta come up with together. So this fortress is super important to both the religion, the culture. Like, this is everything. This is where they would have started. They dig the fortress goes into the volcano. It is its own microcosm of a place. Think like Moria in Lord of the Rings. Like, it's massive, and they've dug in very far inside the volcano itself, like deep into the underground. They've opened up access to all types of baddies. They've opened up into another world. So on one side of it, they're in constant defense against these monsters and elements that exist, but at the same time they're mining. It would have armories, weaponsmiths. It would have all of that. They're world renowned in this land for their obsidian armor and weapons, magic creation and use of obsidian. That's really their main economic trade and export. And because of that, then you got the port obsidian that has grown from that. And as I've said bunch of times here, it's highly defensible in this piece of land here. So there's my blah blah blah. Okay, so statues, bridges. I'm going to group this. Southern Bridge. I'm gonna duplicate. Oh no, I don't need to duplicate it. Now I got to do the other bridge here. And it's going to be kind of the same thing, but on a different angle. And we'll call these the twin bridges. Let's do this. So I will start here. Oh boy. Should be lower. Here. Here. Then we've got a bridge that goes like that. Then we go like this. Oops. Let's move this up a bit. Okay, that's coming along. I think this has got to be higher. Okay, now we bring this across. Yeah, okay, so I can get rid of this. Boop, boop. Okay, we'll put a bottom on here. So now that I see this, this would be this way, I think. So we're going to face towards the water. And for anybody paying attention, this music is copyright free, produced by me. A lot of it's up on the YouTube, youtube.com/@thederpwood, THEDERPWOOD. And oh boy, I really don't like those. I have to get back to posting more and some of the newer stuff. Like I think this is a newer song. We'll get more on there as we go. Okay, so if I was going to map this out, I would put this here. I think, actually, maybe I'll just cross this over. There we go. And we got that. Is this the right angle? I sure hope so. There, that feels a little better. Just that little edge overlapping a bit. I didn't get that angle right. Well, the funny part about the music, though, is that it's made to loop, and I don't have it set up appropriately right now to make it loop. So you're just hearing short cuts that keep switching over. Okay, let me bring this down. No, that's too small. Make that look like that, and this like this. Kind of like it looking rough like that. Looks a little more 3D. Okay, put this on, oops. This on here, this on here, make this bigger. I think I got to fill this in on the other side too. That's so funny. Every time I do one kind of side curve that looks really good, I can never get the other one to match. Oops. What did I do? Get out of here. Okay, let me go back to this bridge here. Color these in. Cool. Now, oh, I need to do the floor here. Oh, I'm on the wrong dang thing. Silly me. I'm going to have to fake in these statues. I think it's such a weird angle. You're not going to... Maybe I'll go like this. Maybe I'll go make it 3D. I don't know. I don't know. It seems to be working though. Sometimes I make the funniest faces when I'm drawing, though. It's hilarious. My kids make fun of me all the time. They're like, "Dad, your lips are moving." I can't help it. That's not great, but you get the gist. Um, Eastern Bridge. Oh, that's not how you spell bridge. Oop. Yeah, it's not perfect. It'll work. Now we'll just do some silly details. Got to pump it up a bit here. So what's everybody doing for lunch today? Is it lunchtime where you're logged in? Working through lunch. Yeah, I get that. That was my life for a long time. I didn't mind. No, you just sit here and you can watch some Twitch or TV or something. Oops, I put that on the wrong layer. It's a bad habit of doing that too. I go back and touch something else up and forget what layer I'm on. Whoopsies. That tower looks way bigger. There's something stuck over here on the wrong layer as I said it. There we go. That's pretty cool. Now the question is, do I go and what the heck are those things? Oh, brother. Let's delete them. Now, question is, do I go and put another same style bridge system up here on this entrance into the city, or maybe just like a big lookout tower here or something? Like, I guess it gets me thinking. In my mind, they have the people that have inhabited this island have been there since time immemorial. In fact, I've even got a name for it in the old language. It was called Nortuna. So have they spent the time to build up all of these defenses? Sure, they've got these big twin bridges here. That's a good point. Tripper Crit said, I think you should make it easy on yourself for right now, but then change it later if you don't like it. I just want to think about this like chronologically, like these are real people that existed. How much infrastructure have they built? Where are we at in their timeline? In my mind, they have been here for, tens of thousands of years. They've been here a very long time. So they probably would have, but also they are a very open people. Their whole thing is trade, import, export. That makes me think that maybe it would just be a fort, like a lighthouse and a fort at the edge, up in this area where they can see. And then so these lighter marks are kind of trying to show elevations on the map. So like this coast here is all elevated. You wouldn't be able to get in here. They could come in on the beach if they were coming in, or they could come in this side on the beach here and try to get to the city. But it would be very difficult. Also, this upper edge here is all elevated as well. It's all cliffs. So this is kind of, the land itself is defensible. So maybe there wouldn't be a tower or anything that, or a full bridge right across for defensive purposes. And they do need a lot of defenses because the orcs in this world, they don't get along with the dwarves. Both of them argue with each other, claiming that they are the first people or first kin. So yeah, I'm gonna do a fortress, or like a tower defense. And this one could look more like more made of wood or something, maybe more Viking-esque. I'm thinking like a sort of like a circular top piece, round roof. Maybe with like some really cool shining purple obsidian beacon. Boo, boo, boo. Like this, and then we're skinny. And then we flare out at the bottom. Maybe something like that. And then much smaller, obviously. It's kind of cool. Let's bring it down in size. Oops. I think that's neat. I like it. Okay, let's get to drawing. So I'll figure out what the top piece is going to look like. This is going to flare out. Flare out. And then we'll connect. Maybe I'll go straight. Kind of like a cool umbrella thing. Maybe we'll flare this out a bit and show that you can. There are some openings there. I'm probably gonna have to make this longer than my underdrawing. Thinking like this would be some sort of like heavy guarding or something. I don't know, like heavy stone work down here, and then a little doorway in to show scale. Looks kind of cool. It was actually pretty easy. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do at the top though. Let me tighten this up. Whoops, wrong way. Add some details. I don't know that I need any of that. Give this a lip. Lip down here. No. Get the curve right. That's pretty good. Now, let's figure out what this is going to look like. I like the idea of it being some kind of beacon. We could put a flag on top. And then, oops, too large. Put something in here. Iconic. How do you show that it's glowing? Maybe like this. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, you don't really see it. I don't know. We're just having fun. Gonna have to darken it though. Thicken it up a bit. Be confident with the lines. Maybe we bring this down. Make it look all connected. I think it would be something like much bigger and more. Oops. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't know about all the little extra marks I just added, actually. I think I'm going to go and clear those out. Okay. You get that that's a tower. That is unmistakable. I think I'm going to add some details in here. What do we have? 3. Okay, 3's good. Let's make this look like stonework. Okay. That looks cool. I like it. Okay. We got to add in some labels, actually, before I forget. Twin Bridges, Eastern, Twin Bridges, Southern. Well, we've done a lot today, actually. Now, what should we name our tower? I'm gonna call it Unnamed Obsidian Tower. Maybe what we'll do, oops, tower. What we'll do is we'll get more people involved, and maybe we'll have like a poll. Let's see if we can come up with names with this stuff. Also, I don't know if anybody uses Photoshop, but I am so not used to this context bar constantly being in the way. It drives me nuts. Could turn it off, but it's functional. What else we got going here? So we got the tower, we got this. Eventually I'll draw in some roads, the volcano. They have access in here. So I was thinking there would be, town life down spotted all across here, down in the southern, southwestern part of the island. Um, but I think the majority of the population is going to be in towards the city, the Port Obsidian. Well, I guess we could just start. We could start down in the thing here. Okay, so let me get rid of that. There's the tower. Let's do. Let's map it out. I don't need to name this if I'm gonna map it out. Like in my mind, there would be. You'd be coming. You travel. This would be like 2 days, maybe 3 days travel to get to here. So you've got a small village down here. And you would keep going. People would want to live on the coast here with all the beaches and stuff. So there'd be more population in here and in here. Maybe we call them splits by the river here. So they've got some funky name. And I think you would need another waypoint on your travels, right? So if you were coming along your 2-3 days to get to the next major village, this will be fairly large. Cut across. And then you've got long travel to here. I think that's functional. So, okay, so how do I draw a village is the question. I do have my huts I can reuse. Oh, maybe I use the village, or not the village, the houses. The port here. Hold on, here's houses. Let me duplicate this. We scale it up a bit. Right, so you've got these houses, and I'll do another longhouse style. Sort of symmetrical in this area. I like to keep things really organized when I'm doing this stuff here. Oh, I have that longhouse, but I think I'm gonna draw another longhouse. I need some inspiration here. They're all pretty simple, and they're all very similar. See, I like this kind of longhouse style. It's more, and I think the dwarves would do more. They're architects, they're engineers. It's not a traditional. It's not as traditional. This is more like Tolkien or video game esque. But I think I like that style. How can I recreate that on a different angle? Because I think I want to do the same angle as the other longhouse that I did. Let me zoom in. Too far. So we'll go. Oops. Oh, I got to do the top piece first. I think I made that too long. So then we start to pull that out. This would be the main roof. We'll go down with it, cut it across. Down with it here. And then I'm thinking maybe there's like an extra pull out on cut out on the side here. Let me just drop that. No, I think I'll put it here. Make it like an entrance. That angle's tough. Let me zoom in. If I go out like this, down like this, down like this. How do I do that over here? That's about it. I think that's the angle. Start to lose things, but it's cool. Also, at this scale, it can't really be all that detailed. Just cleaning up a little bit there. I think you get that there's like a side door. There we go. I don't know what those were. Just got carried away there. Thicken that up. I went too far. Thicken this up. Sort of the main lines I'm going to sort of double up a bit. So I'm going to have to scale this down. Okay. What else? Where was my inspiration? They have, oh, they went all the way down with it like that. Oh, I like that better. Okay, this is all coming out. It's like a lean-to. Oops. Constantly doing that. On accident. It's the buttons on my little pen here. I wonder if I could turn them off. Probably. Okay. That like that. This across. I don't have the angle exactly right, but we'll just pretend. No one will notice, right? Shh. Don't tell them anything. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go this way with it. Get the big horns on the roof. Color those in there. Nice. Color that in. Oops. Nice. We'll put them on here too. Nice small ones. Cool. Okay, now we can put some details on here. this, maybe. I just make it up as I go. Doesn't have to be too detailed because I'm going to scale it down a bit. And also, when you zoom out, you're not going to see this. And I also got to put a door on here. That's pretty cool looking. Some extra lines, give it a little grit. Now I need to draw a door. Whoops, I went the wrong way with that. I could never get that right. I don't know why. Whatever. We'll color this dark in here as well. I think that'd be like an open area. That's pretty cool looking. I mean, label it. And I think I'm going to put more houses out here. Uh-oh. I'm just going to back these up off of the longhouse a bit. Is that too symmetrical? That's not awful. Maybe we do 4 on one side, 4 on the other. Oh, didn't mean to move the whole map there. I think you get that that would be a village. What else would you see in a village? That's not bad. I'm going to save that. What do you see in a Viking village? I'm just using the internet here to get an answer to my question. You got the longhouse, you have a pit house, a small sunken floor building used as workshops. You got turf houses, common in Iceland areas with timber. These featured thick walls of layers of turf and stone for insulation. Okay. Now let's get the Caribbean flavor. A bohio, a residential home, circular wooden post structures with thatched roofs. Okay. A caney, a cheese house, a larger, often rectangular, more sturdy house for the Cacique maybe. They would have a ceremonial plaza. I love that. Central open area, often paved area for community gatherings, dancing, and feasts. Let's do that. I like that idea. We'll put like a gathering area back here. Now, what is your gathering area going to look like? When in doubt, Google it. Okay, not what I was expecting. I can see something like this. That's not. No, that's not. Ancient. I think we're going to have to figure this one out on our own. That is too long to read. I will read that in my own time. Okay, so let's do this ceremonial pit area. I think maybe we'll go like horseshoe shaped. And really, it'll just be about the details. Maybe some rocks. Oh, that's why that was so thick. Start again. Same thickness. Horseshoe shaped. Intentional, but like still part of the land, I think is what I'd like to see. Some stones. I think you're getting the gist of it. Just throwing some stones in here. No, maybe like an altar or something. How about that? That's cool. Looks like it has some sort of like religious significance. I actually don't mind that at all. I'm just going to scale it down. We'll call that altar. That's pretty cool. I dig it. Maybe put a little something on the stones here. Simple. I think it needs to be a little bit darker when you see it in comparison. So we'll add a stroke to it. Oops. Centered at 1. Yeah, perfect. Now that village needs a name. Call this unnamed town. Boy, oh boy, we've done a lot this week. Holy smokes, look how quickly that came together. I think we'll just go on to the next village here. I don't mind hanging out a little bit longer. Like I said, I've been kind of desperate to keep going on this. I'm excited about it. Oops. Yeah, so the next village is just a little bit over there in the open space. Maybe I'll bring it down closer to the beach there, because I think people will tend to get as close as they can to that water. I do see an issue though, that town looks bigger than Port Obsidian. I think Port Obsidian, relatively speaking, should be the biggest. It's just relative on the map. It should be. So in Port Obsidian, I also have huts that I've already drawn that I can repurpose. I think the little village would be more huts. Yeah, that's cool. And then I'm going to put like a chief's house in the middle. What would the chief's hut look like? This is not good. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this is even better. Oh, this is perfect. I love this. This is the kind of stuff I need to like sit down and create. That's inspiring. Okay. But now I gotta make it small. I'm just gonna draw it over here and then we can scale it if we need to. What did we have as an idea? Sort of like a flowing. Oh, I need to make that bigger. So they would have the posts here. And then like the wall of the actual hut kind of in here. I like the idea of like it having stonework on the bottom. And then it would have like a smoke stack out the middle here. Cool. I like this. This is coming along pretty quickly. So bring that out, and then the door would be in here. And we have more posts throughout. Maybe a little window here. window here. Ah, that's cool. Now let's flick these out so it looks like kind of a grass roof. A grass roof here. Make it look like there's some stuff on the side. We get a little more gritty here. So you can see that that's like a smokestack. I want to put like smoke in here. Eh. Perfect timing for this kind of music. Get that kind of village jungly vibes. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Huh. That looks so cool. Love that. Okay. Now we need to name that village too. Unnamed village. And then I want to think about what we're going to do out in this other section over here. Oops. It would be cool, like in this area, it would be cool to do maybe some swampy style living. Maybe some kind of like connection between these two towns. Maybe these two towns don't like each other. Maybe there's a divide with the river, and it's two like warring tribes against themselves. That's kind of cool too. That would be a great story plug or a thread to pull on. You know, you start out in the city over here, and we start in the fortress, and then we move into the city, and then as you go and explore the island, you get to learn more about the different I don't know, religions. Maybe it's people, maybe it's just two warring families, maybe it's like the Hatfields and McCoys, like maybe something happened and they split across the river. Actually, I think that is a fun trope to add in here. Overall, I can't believe how much work we got done today. I think this is probably where I'll stop for now. Last week I said I would go and do some more inspiring looking on my own. I didn't, so this week I'm going to I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get in there and look at some designs and whatnot. But overall today that was pretty quick. I like the idea of showing off the inspiration as we're going. Obviously, we're not just copying stuff and just coming up with ideas. And all of this will change as we continue to grow, as we continue to dive into this little world. This is fun for me. And I do appreciate you guys hanging out and encouraging me. Trip or Crit, thank you so much. You were very positive, and I appreciate that because I do tend to get in my head. So you recognize that, and I appreciate the support there. Yeah, folks, this has been a blast. I think we will be back. Well, I know we'll be back next week at about noon Eastern Standard Time. Join me on your lunch break. just do a little drawing. We can sit and talk about lore. You guys can also talk to me and ask questions. The more questions you ask me, the more I have to think about the world, and the more I have to explain myself. Um, and that's a good thing. You know, and eventually maybe we'll get into NPC building and whatnot. We'll just keep diving. We've got a fairly large lens here. So I've given the wide scope. We've got a fairly wide lens on this whole island, and I want to just keep kind of narrowing that down as we go, and get better and better with what's going on over here. Because I think there's enough, even just on this island itself, to create stories from, as a foundational place. All right, folks. Well, thank you very much. Once again, my name is Gregolis. We will be back next week. Don't forget to check us out every other Sunday. We do a Vampire the Masquerade actual plays. It's a ton of fun. We just started last week, so we won't be back until the 11th, the 12th. Maybe I'm wrong on that timing, but the following, not this Sunday, the following Sunday. And yeah, thank you once again. Love you all, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.